Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing new makeup. Today we are testing out some of the products that I unboxed for my NYX 2024 Advent calendar. Now, if you saw that video, if you did not, I will link it for you. But the majority of what came in the Advent calendar, as always with NYX, was lip products. So we have quite a few lip products to test out today. I set aside a few of the different lip varieties, different formulas that came in the Advent calendar. So we'll lip swatch all of those and obviously choose a lippy to wear today. We also had a few other complexion products and a little eyeshadow palette that we're going to test out today. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. I will link all of the individual products down below for you. I am assuming the Advent calendar is no longer available, but if it is, I will link it as well for you. Everything will be at the top of the description box, and thank you in advance for using my links. It really helps support my channel. I'll also link my favorite beauty subscription boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today if you would like to shop the completed look, discounts to my favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So let's talk about the products we're testing out today. I'll zoom you in. We'll get started. First of all, I've applied a few of the products already to my face today in preparation to do today's video. And the first thing that I tried was the Jumbo Face Stick. Now this is supposed to be a multi-purpose stick that can be used on the eyes, the lips, the cheeks. I went ahead and applied this to my cheek as basically a cream highlighter. Now it is really, really beautiful. However, I didn't think it blended out very well. And I did apply it directly to my cheeks and then I actually blended it out with a beauty sponge. You can still kind of see the stripe. I was able to diffuse it out a little bit. This is just probably not a product that I would reach for. I'm not really into cream highlighter. I would never put this on my lips, and I don't see myself putting this on my eyes. So I'm actually going to pass this along, but it was good to be able to try out this product from NYX. And then the other two products that I used already were the Sweet Cheeks. So we got two different colors of the NYX Sweet Cheeks Cream Blush. This is the shade I have on this side here, and that is the shade Coral. This is really pretty. It's an orangey, truly coral shade, and it blended out beautifully. I only had to dab on just a couple tiny little dots, about 3, and blend them out to get this blush. So really, really beautiful. Love this shade. I can see myself using this a lot. And then on this side, I have the cream blush in Bombshell. Now this is a little bit more of a maroon brown, but you can see that I was able to diffuse it out to match, to look pretty darn good with the coral on this side. Coral on this side, Bombshell on this side. Really fantastic formula from NYX. I love their cream products. I was so excited to get some more in the Advent calendar. Now what we are going to test out together obviously is the eyeshadow palette. This is the NYX Ultimate Edit, and this is the Warm Neutral palette. I'll go ahead and insert some swatches here for you. This is a 6-pan eyeshadow palette. Now NYX eyeshadow formula for me can be pretty hit and miss. Some of their palettes are really, really good. Other palettes are not very good. I actually loved the NYX and Beetlejuice collection. I think this is a really pretty neutral color story. I appreciate that we've got light, medium, and deep mattes. We only have a small selection of shimmer, so we're gonna see how that all plays out, but we're gonna do an eye look together with the Warm Neutrals palette. And then I set aside 3 different lip products. So first I went ahead and grabbed a butter gloss, which is one of my favorite products from NYX. And then I have a butter gloss glitter glassy shimmery gloss, and then I've got a fat oil stick. These are newer to the NYX line. I already have one of these in my drawer that I love. If you love the NYX fat oil lip oil, but you want it in a stick form, kind of like the Tarte Maracuja, you're gonna love these. So we're gonna try all of these together. We'll lip swatch them all. I've primed my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. As always, let me zoom you in and let's get started on our eye look. So my goal today is to use all of the shades in the palette. So I'm going to start with the lightest matte, which is kind of a taupey matte, taupey brown. This is going to be perfect to use as a transition shade, set my eyeshadow primer, set my crease. So I'm going to pick that up on a very, very, very fluffy brush, and I'm just going to buff that into my crease, a little bit above my crease as well. Again, using that as that transition shade. Now you can see this isn't adding a lot of color. It's pretty similar to my skin tone, which is not a bad thing for a transition. Then I'm going to go into the next mid-tone matte, which is this pretty pink. I'm going to pick that up on the tip of that big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend that into my crease. Just buff that in just to add some depth and deepen up the crease. This is definitely less pigmented than I was expecting. I was hoping to get a little bit more color payoff to deepen up that crease. Now I am able to go back into this shade and just buff it in more and actually get a little bit more depth, which isn't a bad thing because it allows me to really blend that out as well. But I'm going to focus that directly in the crease, not going above the crease, just to leave that lighter shade poking out the top. It is taking a little work to get the color payoff, which is fine, but I am having to dip back into the shade a few times and just really pack it in with that windshield wiper motion to blend that out. I'm going to go into this next shade deeper, the pink. I'm gonna pick that up on a little bit flatter brush, and I'm going to just buff that into the crease as well. Again, just trying to get a little bit more depth in my crease. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. And actually that looks really nice because we have a gradient from the deep pink to the medium pink to that transition shade. And again, that's just giving me that depth I was looking for in my crease. Now that shade went on really easily. Just a couple taps in and I had all the color payoff that I wanted. I mean, it is definitely a deeper shade in the palette. Also, these are a little bit on the powdery side, so definitely tap off your brush. Back in with that fluffy brush, no added shadow. I'm just going to use that to blend everything out. Now into the deepest, darkest shade, which is kind of a raisiny leaning brown, I'm going to pick that up and pack that in my outer corner just to, again, give me a little bit more depth to my eye look. This shade is pretty. I just wish these shades were a little more pigmented. I really feel like I have to keep going in to get enough color payoff, which this is an affordable drugstore palette, but I still feel like it should be a little bit more user-friendly. I will say once I get enough shadow on my brush, the color is really pretty, and these do blend out really nicely. And then again, that big fluffy brush, just blend out those edges. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back into that first shade we used as a transition and blend and diffuse with that. I also can see quite a bit of fallout on my face, so I'll definitely be brushing that away. But let's go ahead and go in with our NYX glitter glue as always. We'll try out the two shimmers in the palette, one with a finger, one with a brush. I typically just use kind of a big fluffy brush to wipe away the fallout. I've already set my face, so it should just brush right away. Now, our two shimmers in the palette are this brown leaning shimmer and this pink leaning shimmer. So what I'm going to do is with my finger, pick up the brown shimmer. Now it is really, really pretty, and I'm actually gonna focus that on the outer 3/4 of my lid. I'm going to leave the little center of my lid. I'm going to leave this inner portion of my lid open for the pink shimmer. This is pretty. Is it the most sparkly, beautiful shimmer that would stop you in your tracks? No. Is it a typical mainstream drugstore makeup shimmer? Yes. It is pretty. It's adding some depth. It's got color payoff. It's got a little bit of sparkle to it. And then using a brush, I'm going to pick up the pink shimmer, which is a little bit deep as well. There's definitely not a light shimmer in this palette. We'll talk about that a little bit more when I give you my final thoughts. But this dark pink is really beautiful, and it's definitely bringing in the pink that I have in my crease. I mean, these shimmers look really nice. They're really beautiful. They're deep. They're dark, so I'm going to have to bring in something for my inner corner. But before I do, let's go ahead and do our lower lash line. This is the only matte we haven't used, which is kind of a mix between a pink and a coral, and I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. And then I'm also going to pick up just a little bit of the brown shimmer and buff that on top, smoke it out, diffuse it out. And then for my inner corner highlight, since we don't have a highlighter shade in the palette, I've got my ColourPop Flexitarian, which is my go-to. If I need an inner corner highlight and the palette doesn't have one, Flexitarian is the winner. And I'm going to pop that right in the inner corner. It's just the most beautiful inner corner highlight and brow bone shade. So here is the eye look. So far, I'm I'm really liking it. Let me go ahead and do some liner and mascara. I'll be back. We'll test out the 3 lippies, and then we'll go over my thoughts on all of these NYX makeup products. All right, liner and mascara is done. I did actually use a NYX product in my waterline. This is the Vivid Rich Liner. This is a retractable liner. It is my favorite brown for my waterline, or if I want to use brown as a liner. So I'll link this down below with all of the other NYX products. Just happens to be a NYX that I put in my waterline today. Now let's test out these lip products. Let me go ahead and wipe off my lips. I do have a little bit of balm on. First up, we're gonna test out the Fat Oil. This is in the shade Going Viral. Now, I really like these products. To push up the product, you just tap the bottom. So again, very similar to the Tarte Maracucci Juicy Lips. These give you just a very, very slight wash of color and a lip oil feel. Ooh, I actually like this color. This one's got a little bit more color to it than the other one that I have. That feels so good on my lips. If you like products in this component rather than a lip oil with a doe foot, you're gonna love these. This feels so good, and I love this color. Stop it, I really like this color. This one definitely, like I said, has way more color payoff than the other one. Again, this is the NYX Fat Oil Pen in Going Viral. I don't even wanna take this off. It feels so good. Then let's test out the NYX Butter Gloss Bling in the shade Pricey. So this is basically a gloss with glitter. Now I'm hoping that we get glimmer to the lips, not actual glitter particles. It looks very glittery, if you can see. It looks very, very glittery in the tube. Ooh, I like the color a lot of this too. It's really this pretty orange. This smells so good, like vanilla cake. God, this feels so good. It's so silky and hydrating. It's even more silky than the Fat Oil pen. And I see no glitter. No glitter, but this is beautiful. This adds a little bit of glam to the lips. I have not tried any of the Bling Butter Gloss. Now I love the Butter Gloss formula. This is really, really good. I'm gonna pick up a few more colors of this. So pretty. Again, this is in the shade Pricey. One last wipe of my poor lip. And lastly, we have the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Bit O Honey. Oh, this also smells like vanilla cake. This is such a good formula. It's so creamy. I really love this color too. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is like the perfect pinky coral, and it couldn't go better with my eye look if I tried. And my blush and both of my cream blushes. This is so incredibly beautiful. The Butter Gloss formula is fantastic. And again, just a nice wash of color, kind of my lips, but better. I think I'm gonna wear this one today, which is perfect because it was the last one we tried. Love it. It feels so good on the lips. Let me go ahead and get ready for the day. My husband and I are doing some errands for our new home. We're going to be going out to our new house today, run a couple errands for our new house, and go have some lunch at Texas Roadhouse. We haven't eaten at Texas Roadhouse in years since we lived in Washington, so we're gonna go have a little lunch date there. So let me get ready for the day, and I'll be back, and we'll go over this testing new makeup. So here's the completed look with all of the products that came in my NYX advent calendar. First of all, I love my look. I think these colors definitely enhance my blue eyes. Pairing it with this fun orange dress and these fun earrings is just the perfect vibe for today. So let's go over my thoughts on all of the products from NYX that we tested out today. Starting with this NYX Jumbo Face Crayon. Again, this is a product you can use eyes, lips, cheeks. I don't love this. I'm not gonna reach for this again. Definitely going to pass this on. Let me know down below if this is a staple product for you and how do you use it? Do you use it in multiple ways, or what's your preferred method for the Jumbo Face Stick? The two NYX Sweet Cheeks cream blushes, I love these. I think I picked the perfect shades to pair beautifully with the eyeshadow palette. This is a really, really great formula. A couple of dabs on gives you all of the coverage that you need. You don't even have to go in with a powder blush. It is that beautiful. Definitely one of my favorite drugstore cream blushes. Actually, one of my favorite cream blushes in general. Now, the Ultimate Edit eyeshadow palette, this took a little bit of work. It took a little bit of work to get color payoff, but the end result, my overall eye look, I really, really like this. Again, I think it pairs beautifully with my blue eyes. It's definitely neutral, but I was able to get a little bit of a smoky look to it. I wish there was a little bit more depth in the shimmers. We've only got the 2, which I understand only 2 being in a 6-pan palette. I would much rather have it be more matte heavy. I just wish one of the shimmers was a little bit lighter. Maybe even a champagne or a gold that we could use as an inner corner highlight and to brighten up the eye look a little bit. I think the matte depth is good though, because we've got a light matte for transition, or if you want a lighter matte, and then we've got a couple of midtones and a deep matte. I think the matte selection is great. I just wish there was one more lighter shimmer, but overall, I actually like this eyeshadow palette. I really like my look. I think this would be great for travel, or if you're just a neutral lover, you're going to get pretty similar looks with this palette, but easy looks at the same time. Once you're able to build up the color, you can make some really beautiful neutral eye looks. So this is definitely a win for me. Now for the lip products, I absolutely love, love, love them all. The Fat Oil Stick is one of my favorite products from NYX, definitely a win. This whole bling lip gloss, I really like this. I definitely want to pick up a few more shades, and the Butter Gloss formula is a go-to for me. Love the Bido Honey on my lips today. This was a really good testing new makeup. NYX honestly makes some of my favorite drugstore products. I also use the NYX glitter glue on my eyes, and I use the NYX liner in my waterline. So I'll have all that linked down below for you. But yeah, this was a good testing new makeup. I really like my look. I think it's beautiful. It's smoky, it's sultry, it's neutral, pairs beautifully with my orange dress. Let me know down below, what do you think of my look? What do you think of this testing new makeup? Everything will be linked. I appreciate you using my links. It really does help support my channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.